What are the top mistakes that tennis players make between points? Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Cohn with Peak Performance Sports. In this series, I'm talking about how to improve your between point routine and your service routine. You're watching the Tennis Psychology Podcast. I always like to start from the perspective of what are the errors you're making between points that aren't going to allow you to have your best serve or return of serve. Let's get into it. Hey, before I get started, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber, and hit that notification bell. Let's start with post-point errors. Post-point errors is when you're dwelling on the last point and you can't let go of the last point. You have what we call the monkey on your back. The monkey on your back is simply you dwelling or ruminating over and over again about how awful it was that you missed that ball long or that your opponent hit a winner on you, for example.
The next error players make is when they start to doubt or lose confidence. So confidence can be very fragile for tennis players, unfortunately. So let's say that you hit a really bad shot, you shank a shot, or you make a double fault. Well, unfortunately, tennis players can start to doubt at that point in time. Do I really have a good serve? Can I get my serve in the box? How's my forehand doing? Why'd I dump that into the net? Why'd I hit that long? So that's another error that players may make between points. The next error that I see is players that don't have a service routine or a return of service routine. You might think you have a routine, but just stepping up there, bouncing the ball, and hitting it is not a routine. So a routine includes several components. I talked about this in the first video of this series. You can go back and review that video. But essentially, it's about letting go of the last point, planning and programming, executing on the line. Those are some of the elements that you want to have. Most of the time, when you're doubting, when you're frustrated, when you're indecisive, then you don't have a good routine. You're prevented from going through your routine altogether. And that's another error that players make is they get very indecisive about the type of serve and the location. You simply can't decide on a serve. If you step up to the line and you're caught between two serves, I'm going to go down the tee or I'm going to go out wide, or I'm going to hit a flat serve, or I'm going to hit a spin serve or a slice serve here, that's problematic because you're sending mixed signals to your body. Your body doesn't know what to do in that case. We'll certainly talk about the solutions to getting committed and obviously picking one serve and going with that in this series. Another mistake that I see tennis players make is they rush. Often rushing through your service routine is due to frustration or you're anxious about something. So when tennis players get anxious or when they're frustrated from a previous point, previous game, they tend to start going quicker. What happens when you go quicker? You leave out important elements, specifically the decision-making elements of your routine. Next, you have players that get distracted with what's going on around the court. That may be you're paying attention too much to your parents in the stands, friends in the stands, coach in the stands. Maybe someone's coaching your opponent and that's distracting you, for example, or you're just nervous because you're playing in front of friends or people are standing around and watching you. But your focus isn't on the court. Your focus is what's around the court. And that's not going to help you hit your best serve either. The final error that I see tennis players make is they're stuck in a training mindset or a practice mindset. That means they're thinking too much about their stroke mechanics from practice or a recent lesson, and they're not allowing themselves to just trust in the skills they have that day. So we see that all the time with perfectionists. Perfectionists want to make a good serve. They try hard. They think about their backswing, their through swing, the contact. They think about all the elements of what a good serve is. But here's the thing, that's already baked in. When you go play, when you step on the match court and you go play, your motion is what it is. You have to trust the motion that you have that day. All right, if you want more information about mental training for tennis, jump over to peaksports.com and check out our coaching programs. We do one-on-one coaching with athletes all over the world via FaceTime, Skype, and Zoom. If you want more articles and videos and podcasts, jump over to sportspsychologytennis.com. All right, thanks for watching.